I'm just roving to a certain extent here. I can tell you a little bit about myself. I am not a Bible scholar, a theologian, a theosophist, but I'm none of those things. And why Mary chose to speak through me, I really don't know. She just does. And it is a privilege for me to be a vessel for her to speak through and to bring her messages to you this evening. I do my very best to just get out of the way and let her have full, complete stage here. So, does everybody pretty much have some idea about what's involved with channeling? I mean, I don't want to think like I'm preaching to the choir here because I know a lot of people from my church are here. But does everyone have a concept of how channeling works, or would you like a little bit of a brief explanation of it before we begin? Yes? Okay. In the course of channeling, what I do and others who channel in the same type that I do is I take my spirit, my essence, and I just step to the side and I visualize the energy outline of the entity that wants to come in and speak through me. And I take a deep breath and virtually blow myself out of my physical essence and allow the spirit to enter. And they can't do it without my permission, and I certainly was honored that Mary asked permission to speak to me. So I'm not a professional, I'm just a fortunate person who's very humbled by this honor that has been given me. And I channel Mary at our church every Thursday evening, and she has asked me to set up these series of 3 meetings, and I'm so glad that you chose to join us this evening. So I wanted to touch a little bit too. There are some scriptural references to channeling. If you get out into the secular world, you'll hear, oh, channeling is of the devil, and it's this, and it's that, and they always say a bunch of negative stuff, and channeling has happened since Old Testament times. Jesus channeled the Logos, which was God the Creator. There's been channeling going on all throughout history, and in Acts verse 10:36, the Word, or Logos, which God, or Elohim, went to the children of Israel preaching peace through Jesus Christ. He is Lord of all. And in Revelations 1:1, revelation of Jesus Christ, which God, or the Elohim, gave him to show his servants things that must shortly take place. And he sent and signified by his angel to his servant John, which means John got the message and presented it to the children of Israel. So, I'm not blazing any new trails here, so I hope you will take advantage of the opportunity to ask questions. She will announce that she'll be ready to receive questions, and she will answer them to the best of her ability. We will have people with microphones that will get it so that it will be on the video, so everyone can hear your question. So without any further ado, let me go get her to come in and see what she has to say. Good evening. I am the one you call Mary, Mother of Jesus. I am privileged and honored to be here to speak to you this evening. There are many things out in the world, out in your world, about my life and my appearances and my words and my historical accomplishments, I guess you might say. But I hope tonight we can talk about some things relative to your world, and then later you can ask me questions about my life or your life or whatever you would like to ask me about, and I'll answer as best I can. I'm not all-knowing, all-seeing, so please keep your questions to the point and with something specific, okay? First of all, it's such a challenging time to be living here in this earth plane. And those of us on the other side, the divine family, as we are known, we understand this. We do what we can to assist, but we are not allowed to intervene unless invited. So we are constantly reminding people to protect yourself in your prayer or meditation of morning and evening, or even during the midday at some point. It's always a good idea to ask God or whomever you pray to and ask for their protection to please provide it for you throughout your day and in the evening as you sleep and rest. There's a lot of negativity in the world, and they're looking around for people and means to attach to persons. And you can reduce this occurrence in your own existence by protecting yourself and your pets and your home and your vehicle and your TV and your cell phone and all the electronic things, all your family members, all of it. Everything that is near and dear to you, please protect it. The dark side entities have figured out a way now to attach to people through electronics. This is a recent development. They've not been able to do this before. So it is important that you be mindful of what you watch on TV and in the movie theaters, and even your electronics, your computer, your cell phone, all of those things. You can bless them. You can just be mindful of the kind of information, and if it feels funny, maybe you need to bless it. It doesn't matter what your philosophy, what your religion, or any of that. The things I'm going to speak about this evening apply to everyone without stepping on anyone's philosophical toes. There's a lot of... How many of you spend much time watching the news on television or on your computer? Raise your hand so I can see you. Okay. It's all bad. It's all bad news. Can we agree on that? It's just bad news. These, as I said, these are very challenging times. There's going to be a lot of changes going on that will not be necessarily pleasant, but you're going to be confronted with them nonetheless. And your ability to adapt and to be flexible in your thinking, in your habits, in your daily life routines is going to be key to how this big changes that will be coming on, so a big wave like a tsunami of change will be coming, and whether it washes over you or whether it carries you out to sea depends on how you are going to be able to cope.